Alright, hey guys, so today I've got kind of a cool video for you guys. So I was kind of bored last week and I wanted to upgrade my like super duper old notebook. So that's what this device is. Or it's not a notebook, it's a netbook. And this device came out in like around 2011 apparently. So it's an Acer Aspire 1. And I think the sticker's on backwards, honestly. Like, I think I remember my dad bought this Spider-Man sticker for it. I was like, just at kind of starting out high school. It was like, was I just starting out of high school? Well, I guess I would have been in high school for like a couple of years by then. And anyways, it's kind of a cool device, actually. So, you can see like it's got a pretty small keyboard. You know, you got your little trackpad and the buttons as well. And it's just a very cute laptop. It's definitely not the most powerful thing. So this device was rocking single core processor. It's an Intel Atom processor. It's like a 1.6 gigahertz. And also it had 2 gigabytes of RAM, which is not a lot for doing anything by today's standards. So the version of Windows I put on this was Windows 10 32-bit. And it was interesting because the code on the bottom of the laptop still worked to activate it, which was pretty cool. And over the years, we have made some upgrades to it, so you can kind of tell there's a bit of a bigger battery here. So it actually gets 8 hours of battery life, which is very surprising. That's actually a pretty decent amount of battery life, but it's probably also because it doesn't need to power that much. I don't think the screen resolution is that high either. I think it's like between 720p and 480p, which is pretty neat. Surprisingly, this thing can actually run Windows 10, which is pretty cool, albeit 32-bit version. Just log in first on here. And as you can see, I set it up with my usual cool Halo wallpaper. I feel like it kind of gives it more of a modern feel, although this thing could never run Halo. It could barely run Minecraft back in the day. Might be able to run old school RuneScape. I actually need to try that. Anyways, it's kind of sweet though. Like it's just cool to be able to bring an older device like this back to life. You know what I mean? To kind of revive it in a way. And, you know, it would have been more powerful using Linux on it, but I decided to go with Windows just because I'm more used to Windows and I like all the features Windows has. Yeah. So the Wi-Fi is pretty slow in this. I checked out the speed. I did a speed test and it was around 11 megabytes per second. But if you plug in an Ethernet cable, it goes up to 35 megabytes per second, which is definitely not a lot by today's standards, but it's, you know, could be worse, I guess. You can't really use it for streaming videos because the internet's slow like that. But what you can use it for is like browsing the web, you know, basic websites like you go on Facebook or, I don't know, Wikipedia. And, you know, overall, it's actually not terrible to use. It's good for messaging. Like I used it for Discord to message my buddies, which is pretty sweet, and Facebook Messenger, and it works fine for those. You know, WhatsApp. And I had to use the Opera browser on it since it's such an old laptop, you know, like it kind of chugs a bit running Microsoft Edge or Chrome on it. And apparently it doesn't even remember my Wi-Fi now, which is kind of funny. So fun fact, I actually put an SSD in here to help speed things up because the spinning hard drive was very slow on this to begin with. So I had to remove the keyboard and I had to unscrew a few screws to put it in. It was a bit of a complicated process. Sadly, you can't just unscrew the bottom and install it. So that's kind of interesting. And it does perform a bit better. It does boot up quite fast, but it does take a little bit for programs to load for sure. Can we run RuneScape on here? That is the question. This is the question. Can we run it? Okay, so it looks like old school RuneScape did finish installing, which is pretty cool looking. Let's see if this old netbook can run this. And also I have the Ethernet cable plugged in because trying to use the wireless on this thing would have been way more of a struggle, although this was already kind of a struggle just doing it regularly. But basically, I took the hard drive, the SSD that I had out of this old broken computer that wasn't working anymore, and I put it in this one, and it made this one go from not working to working, so it was kind of like a nice trade-off. I feel like they're kind of designed for each other almost. Alright, you can hear the music. Okay, that's a good sign. Does my old user still work? That is the question. Oh my gosh, it actually loaded this time. Holy crap. Now, this is the smallest arrows you will ever see on a computer. I'm not sure how well you can actually see those. There we go. Okay, yeah. Jeez, this is such a cramped keyboard. Oh my god, it's actually working though. Holy crap. Alright, that looks pretty good. Okay. Oh, this is incredibly awkward with my fingers having to be over here. Whatever. Alright, the performance, you know, is not actually terrible, surprisingly. This is cool. This is really cool, actually. I don't think I've ever tried playing old school RuneScape on this thing before. Oh shoot, I'm not even the right level to chop down that tree. Oh man, the music. I always love the music in this game. Can't go wrong with the RuneScape music. I feel like I should go to Lumbridge or something. Okay, it's definitely not the fastest RuneScape experience I've had either, though. But hey, it's playable. It's actually, like, legit playable. Although I feel like if you were... It'd be kind of hard to, like, respond to attacks and stuff because you'd have a bit of a lag. The frame rate's definitely not the highest. But yeah, no, it's definitely... I could definitely have seen myself using this back in the day. Cool. This is really sweet. I'm not sure how easy you guys can see that actually. But yeah, it actually does work for RuneScape. It does. You know, it's actually not the worst thing. If you go back in time, you know, and you're mainly using websites from around 2011, then you should be good to go. It's just stuff without a whole lot of video. Alright guys, well, kind of cool taking a trip down memory lane and revisiting one of these old devices. It does still work. You can use it for basic web browsing. Can't really use it for a whole lot else other than that. And messaging, you know, messaging your friends and maybe playing some old school RuneScape at a bit of a slower speed. What else can I say? It's cool to see this old netbook still kicking. And, you know, don't forget about your old toys. It's still fun to play with them every once in a while. Maybe give it to a friend, you know? Get something up and running properly and then give it to someone who needs it. Hey guys, I just wanted to say thank you all so much for watching. I definitely have a lot of fun with the whole hardware aspect of tech. You know, I feel like it kind of interests me a bit more than the software side, for the most part. And it's just kind of cool, like, just being able to upgrade old machines and, you know, get them running on, like, the latest software and stuff and just see how it is. It's pretty cool, actually, to see such an old device still being able to run like a modern operating system, you know? Yeah, it was cool. It was cool. It was like revisiting like an old friend or something. Alright guys, anyways, I just wanted to say if you enjoyed the video, feel free to hit the like button, and if you want to subscribe, you can join the party. Alright guys, I'll see you guys in the next video I make, okay? Alright, see you guys later. Okay, Sharp Steels out.